This time we're looking at the dart trap. Originally when this was announced, I was very excited about it. It seemed to be probably a poor man's tar trap. Each trap, I believe, takes 10 watt when it's activated. And that's pretty acceptable because they're only really powered when you probably have a pressure plate or tripwire, so the power draw is going to be very low. The downside though is that darts are fairly expensive. They each require, let's see here, I think it's 8 iron and 3 clay per each. And that can get fairly expensive because it takes a number of darts to kill even the basic zombies. And a lot of the darts also miss. But let's do a couple of tests here and spawn in some zombies. So let's bring in Darlene here. And you see, she takes a couple of hits on the first one, but not enough to kill. The second one I placed on barbed wire to at least slow her down, and that seemed to have killed her. There does seem to be a bug where zombies killed by the dart traps don't actually... Oh, they die again, but they don't turn into the remains. So that's a slow-moving zombie. Now let's do let's see here, let's do a football player and a feral. And you'll see that because they're so fast, they basically just run straight through. Even with the barbed wire, they make it all the way here and start beating on the wall. And obviously that's not very convenient. And this is 5 layers of them and is still having problems to kill them with barbed wire. Let's give it some help here. So to use these dart traps to cover open areas doesn't seem to work very well, even with the barbed wire. I can see them being used such as outside of a door where the pressure plate would be triggering the darts to attack the zombies which are beating on the door. But even then, you know, if there are a number of zombies outside, 5 or 10, I don't think the dart trap is going to kill them efficiently enough before they've had the chance to beat down your door. And that's a bit of a pity. And it really comes down to, why would you use a dart trap that is going to consume 10 power, each shot is going to be 8 iron and 3 clay, when effectively an electric fence trap takes the same amount of power but doesn't consume any resources. So that's quite a big problem for the dart trap because it doesn't really seem to be worthwhile to build. There are one area where it actually is pretty good, and that's against large enemies. As you see here, the bear is big enough to get stuck here, and the dart traps obviously is just attacking, and that should be able to kill it reasonably fast. But again, you counting the amount of darts that is being shot at it, where an electric fence trap would probably kill the zombie in the same amount of time, and hopefully without the bear flying out. Well, I guess that's something else to guard against, flying bears when you have the dart traps.